pension freedoms has been great for people. And I think we've seen an array of different uses in terms of how they've taken advantage of it. So roughly about 25% of the market has taken cash and then used that to do different things. So whether it's buy a car or pay off debts, pay off mortgages. Other people have used it in drawdown, and others have used it in annuities. So what we've seen is historically the vast majority of people bought annuities. Now we're starting to see people utilise drawdown more than annuities for the first time. Yeah, pension freedoms is definitely going to bring some innovation into the marketplace. I think the reality is it takes time to bring new products to market. So any good firm will research. So we need to research the market first of all. We need to listen to consumers. We need to listen to advisors. We collate that feedback. We then need to develop it into products and make sure that we meet those new consumer needs. I think what you're about to see is a new horizon dawning. So ourselves, other companies are now starting to come into the market with new propositions. I think some of those will look and feel very similar in terms of what's coming to the market. And I think you'll find that the market itself moves on dramatically. So what do I mean by that? The reality is that you can now combine what used to be a drawdown market and an annuity market into one proposition. So you get the best of both worlds. So you have a guaranteed element to your retirement, and you have the flexibility and freedom that you had with the traditional drawdown product. Now you're seeing those come more to the fore, and I think we'll see other providers develop those propositions going forward. The reason I think blended products will become a major solution for the retirees of the UK population is that they are taking two existing concepts. So the annuity market has always dominated the retirement landscape for our retirees, and there's always been drawdown. All these blended products are doing is taking them and combining them into one plan. If you look back historically at things like with-profit annuities, investment-linked annuities, fixed-term annuities, guaranteed annuities, they've been successful in their own rights, but they've sat on the fringes. And actually these have always been different concepts which have been trickier to get your head round and to be able to articulate to customers and to advisors. Whereas actually all we're doing now is we're taking a drawdown proposition but offering a guaranteed income for life within that proposition. It is part of the same plan. And actually from a quote perspective, from an application perspective, it's just one application, one quote. It's just far, far simpler for people to understand. Pension freedoms won't bring the end to annuities. Far from it, in fact. I think what you'll see is a rebirth of annuities, but in a different guise. So what's happened at the moment is the annuity market fell post-pension freedoms. It's hit the bottom. We're starting to see a recovery in that market. I think what's really interesting though is how annuities are written going forward. So we offer a traditional annuity product written under annuity rules. We now offer a drawdown with annuity wrapped within it, as will other providers, I'm sure, over time. And I think the key difference is when you write it in a drawdown wrapper, it gives you certain flexibilities that you don't have when it's under an annuity wrapper. So for example, in the drawdown wrapper, it allows us to pay the annuity income into a cash account. The client then decides how much they wish to withdraw from that cash account. So if we were paying a typical annuity, say we're paying £1,000 a month for the rest of someone's life, actually that person, we will pay £1,000 into the cash account. The individual will then decide whether they want to withdraw the £1,000 or actually just withdraw 500, and they can leave the balance parked in a cash account, or they can reinvest it back into the drawdown pot. So that's one key differential in terms of the drawdown annuity. The other one is the death benefits. So if you had value protection on a traditional annuity and it was a £100,000 investment and it was £6,000 per annum, I die in year one, what happens is my beneficiary then gets £94,000 paid out as a lump sum, but taxed at their rate, and it's taxed as a lump sum. There's no discretion as to how that's paid. What would happen in the drawdown annuity is you then have this flexibility where we can take that 94,000, put it into a successor drawdown, and they then draw that income as and when they so wish it. So they can withdraw the 94,000 in one go, or they can draw it on the drip and take a certain amount each year and keep it below their own tax thresholds. And actually there's various models where you can see there's a massive difference in terms of tax savings that can be achieved through that mechanism. I think if I was kind of doing a bit of stargazing for the future, I think what we will see is people that write annuity business through annuity legislation will actually start to move and actually write annuities under drawdown legislation.